Last time, we tried to beat Pokemon Heart Gold with a single Chimecho, but we fell short at the final hurdle, which was red. Today, we're going to fire up our trusty random number generator and play through a Pokemon game. Preferably, I want to play Fire Red and Leaf Green today because I don't think I've made a video on either of those games on the channel yet. As you can see, we got 3, but we've already done C, so we re-roll, get 23, which is W. Immediately, I noticed that we can use moves like Water Gun and Water Pulse, which would have come in handy the last time when we did a similar type of playthrough, and we could only use the letter P. Nevertheless, we boot up our Fire Red, and here's where I realized the challenge would have been a lot easier in the Hoenn region games. A lot of the Pokemon that start with W and that can use moves that start with W are, in fact, from Hoenn, like Wailmer, Wailord, etc. However, I picked the most suitable one, which is Wingull. Why Wingull? Well, Wingull already knows Water Gun and can also learn Wing Attack at level 13. These are both stab boosted moves due to Wingull's water flying typing. Wingull is especially helpful as it should help us out considerably against Erica, which is a place where I imagine that we would struggle greatly without it. So we lose to Blue in Professor Oak's lab, only to rematch him outside of Viridian City. As you can see, Wingull learns Wing Attack very conveniently before Bulbasaur, and uses Wing Attack to put Bulbasaur down, and we win the battle. Brock is a very easy battle, as you can imagine, with Stab, Water Gun, and we head to Mount Moon and acquire a friend. The Helix Fossil. Remember Twitch Plays Pokemon? I did the thing. Lord Helix told us to battle Misty next, rather than get caned by Blue. We put together a good fight, but we ultimately come short, so I decide to disobey the Fossil and take Blue out instead. The battles with Blue are starting to get more difficult because we only have one Pokemon that we can use at this point, but we come out victorious. Wingull tries to evolve, we don't let it. We free Bill from his own devices and come back for revenge against Misty. We succeed on our second attempt. She gives us Water Pulse for our troubles. We board the SS Anne, ready to party with the members of the cruise, only to see Blue aboard. He wants to battle, again. You battle the rival a lot in these games. We are victorious and retrieve the HM for cut from the captain. And so the hunt begins. We search through the bins in the Vermilion City gym for seemingly hours until we eventually solve the cursed puzzle. Our first battle against Lieutenant Surge doesn't go too well. I make the first big decision of the run and decide to teach Wingull Water Pulse, as Water Gun just wasn't cutting it. It proved to be a masterstroke on my behalf. Wingull terminates Raichu and we defeat Surge. Now it is time to navigate Rock Tunnel blindly, and after a couple of hours, we're finally free outside. We immediately dart towards Celadon City. This Team Rocket grunt drops the lift key. Luckily, I was reading the dialogue closely, or I would have missed that. We defeat Team Rocket at their hideout. Giovanni is a breeze with his ground types. Now it's Erica's turn to catch Wingull's work. Wing Attack is obviously the only attack we opt for here. The battle is a lot tougher than Giovanni, to say the least, due to her preference of using Giga Drain. We go and battle Blue again, and we defeat him again. He's getting a lot more difficult. We put Marowak to rest and free Mr. Fuji from the hands of Team Rocket. He gives us a flute as a reward. We pay 500 Pokédollars to explore the Safari Zone, get the HM for Surf, and the Gold Teeth to eventually get Strength, and decide to battle Koga. Koga's a pretty straightforward battle, nothing memorable really happens, to be honest. I wait patiently at the Silphco reception. No one comes. Team Rocket must have heard me criticize the ways of Team Galactic in my previous video. Fed up with the lack of service, I decide to take an excursion back to the Viridian Forest for a new friend. The sequence is insane. I get 3 consecutive Pikachus, which is a 0.1% chance by the way, and then the Weedle that I want to catch doesn't break out of 1, but 2 Great Balls. I only had 2 on me, so I had to go back and buy some, and then I caught a Weedle with a Pokeball. Although Weedle can't learn any moves that begin with W, it won't need to. It serves a very different purpose on our team. Blue's battle at the Silphco is impossible without either Weedle or overleveling. As Blue has a Gyarados, Growlithe, and a Pidgeot that can use Feather Dance, Wingull's already embarrassing attack is going to get reduced a fair bit due to Intimidate. Weedle switches in just before Wingull is needed to use Wing Attack on Venusaur, and is knocked out before it uses an illegal move. Wingull comes back refreshed and knocks Venusaur out. Genius. We go and pay a visit to Sabrina, and she is dealt with in similar fashion. I decide to give Weedle a well-earned rest in the daycare as a reward for its valiant efforts, and we replace it with a Weezing from the Pokemon Mansion. Weezing can learn Will-O-Wisp, but only as an egg move, which is time-consuming. This is where I start to notice my choice of available Pokemon was starting to wear thin. Wartortle can be obtained legitimately, but only if you choose Squirtle in Pallet Town. We obviously left Pallet Town with Wingull. Weeping Bell is actually a Leaf Green exclusive. I could trade one over, and it could use Wrap, but it wouldn't be very helpful for the battles that Wingull would struggle in. And also, I kind of have no friends to trade one over. The rest of the Pokemon that could be viable are all locked behind the technicality of having the national dex. Most of them require being traded from a home game, however Wooper can actually be caught on 4 Island. 4 Island needs the Rainbow Pass, and you can't actually obtain the Rainbow Pass without having the national dex. So we're kind of stuck with Wingull, Weezing, and Weedle for the rest of the game. Keep in mind that the only one out of these 3 Pokemon that can use a move is Wingull. Now, the moves it can use, however, are very effective against our next battles, which are Blaine and Giovanni. We win both of those and break Weedle back out of the daycare. We've got to face Blue again. And the strategy works again. Weedle doesn't realize how truly important it is at this stage. We get our badges checked and fly through Victory Road. We're at the Pokemon League equipped with our level 18 Weedle. We're ready to go. Wingull is level 100 for the battle against Lorelei. Ideally, the goal is to make sure Dugong doesn't use Ice Beam and is knocked down in 3 turns. Slowbro also needs to be dealt with quickly because it also knows Ice Beam. Confusion via Water Pulse is going to be a common theme in a lot of these battles. Jinx goes for Lovely Kiss instead of Ice Punch and misses. Big mistake, we walk out with the W. With Lorelei down, Bruno is a very easy battle, as you can imagine. We Wing Attack and Water Pulse our way past this Pokemon to set up a match with Agatha. Now, last time we faced Agatha, she was an absolute nightmare. This time, not so much. We defeat her with minimal difficulty. We head into Lance's room, and I begin to regret absolutely everything. Gyarados is annoying to say the least. Intimidate forces us to use Water Pulse on it, and we have to pray that it gets confused. On this occasion, it does. The Dragonairs, again, very annoying. We pray for confusion again. I battled Lance so many times to finally get the battle where all we do is luck out with Water Pulse and confusion actually working. It eventually does. Persistence pays off and we set up the final battle against the champion, Blue. Just like the previous 2 Blue battles before it, Weedle is more than ready to be sent out. After we luck out with Gyarados, Wingull takes care of the rest of Blue's team until Venusaur is finally ready to come out. The only problem is, Venusaur likes to use Growth and Solar Beam. As Growth is a status move and Solar Beam takes a turn to charge up, Weedle can't actually use any of its attacks to be a legal run, in terms of our restrictions. So I simply keep Wingull in. It lands a Wing Attack down 2 attack stages and then Venusaur charges up a Solar Beam. I switch to Weedle, who takes the force of the Solar Beam, and then switch back to Wingull. Wingull finishes off Venusaur and we're crowned a champion of the Kanto region. This challenge was actually really fun, due to the adversity that we had faced, and I guess the unique nature of it. Usually when I do these single letter runs, I have a team of about 6 ready to go. However, all we needed was one level 100 Wingull for this one. Thank you guys for watching. Chuck a like if you enjoyed it. There's some other videos on the screen that are all Pokemon related. Be my guest if you want to watch them. If you don't, hope you have a fantastic day anyways. Have a good one.